What about you? You're also an elderly captain. Hello. What was the older types you have flown? The oldest one.
Sorry?
What was the oldest aircraft type you've flown for the Air Transat?
The oldest?
Yeah? In the past?
The 310.
310.
Yeah, the A310, the oldest. Aircraft.
So you missed the TriStar.
No, I like the new one.
Ah, you like the new one?
This one is brand new.
Yeah, of course. So you enjoy the new aircraft compared to the old ones?
It's easier, more reliable, quiet. Just good thing about the newer one.
And happy. I would like to thank you, the crew, Captain Frédéric Jouvin, which is with us today, and the second in command Steve Houston, which has operated the flight today to come over. 163 passengers have landed today from Toronto, and on the way back 158 passengers will take off in a bit of more 1 hour. So sales are doing quite well. We have loaded more than 60% of total capacity that will be deployed this summer. We still have seats left to sell for September and October, but honestly, for the starting of the route, we are well satisfied of the result as of today. Maybe a few words about Transat, about who we are. Today I'm very proud. I'm not too pretentious or too bold, but ich bin ein Berliner heute. Transat has been created in 1987. It was a tour operator, and 1 year after the creation of the tour operator, Transat was among the 5 international biggest tour operator in the world in the 90s. We opened the airline 1 year after. The first flight was Montreal-Acapulco. I don't know if some of you were still were already there, but we operated the first flight was with the Lockheed TriStar in 1987. It was another period, no internet. I was driving a Golf GTI, which I loved at this period. And after that, we opened the transatlantic route around 1990. France, which is our first market, was the first route. And then we opened also a weekend in Germany in 1992 in Frankfurt. Over the years, we also operated in Düsseldorf, in Berlin, in Hamburg, and Munich. And Berlin was operated in, Natalie and Sherry said, in 757.
On the 757.
757. So we are very proud to come back after 15 years, and Berlin, the last time we came was 15 years ago, which is already a long time ago. We will operate this route from June to October as a first round with the A321 aircraft. As Aleta was saying, it's the 321 long range is operating and is a very efficient flight with versus the 757 or the A310 that we used to have. It's 35 consumption less and 50% less noise, and in the cabin it's one of the most silent aircraft operated. Distance with Berlin and Toronto is around 6,500 kilometers. So on the way to go, it's from Berlin to Toronto, it's a bit more than 8 hours flight. On the way back, a bit less than that with vent portant, winds that help us on the right direction. What can I say? Yeah, you were mentioning, Aleta, traffic between Germany and Canada is increasing year after year. It's about 350,000 German passengers visiting Canada every year, and you were mentioning that Berlin is quite a big potential of those passengers. So yeah, business is increasing. That's why we are here, and we like being alone. So we will be the only airline to connect Berlin and Canada, and it should help us. The construction, fuel gas, yeah.
Kirchner, vertrete Provinz Ontario auf dem deutschen Markt und darf auch ein paar Worte sagen und Ihnen heute die Provinz ganz kurz vorstellen. Ich freue mich sehr, dass ich hier heute an Bord des Erstflugs sein darf, von Berlin nach Toronto in unsere großartige Metropole, und ja, das ist natürlich für uns eine tolle Gelegenheit, auch diese Direktverbindung nochmal zu promoten. Ja, Ontario, wo liegt Ontario eigentlich? Das ist im Osten Kanadas, die zweitgrößte Provinz in Kanada, und mit 16 Millionen Einwohnern sind wir auch die bevölkerungsreichste Provinz des Landes. Aber es gibt natürlich noch jede Menge Platz für sehr, sehr viel Natur, tolle Begegnungen und auch sehr viele Attraktionen. Ja, warum reist man nach Ontario? Also ich würde sagen, es ist die Vielfalt die Provinz, die das ausmacht. Wir haben die große Metropole Toronto, die kanadische Hauptstadt Ottawa, Weltwunder Niagara-Fälle und natürlich noch ganz, ganz viele Wälder und Seen, in die man seinen Handel einkaufen kann. Und das ist natürlich auch gerade für die deutschen Besucher eine ganz tolle Destination, die sehr gerne in diese Natur erleben möchten. Letztes Jahr hatten wir 130.000 deutsche Besucher, und die Zahl, die steigt natürlich jetzt jedes Jahr, auch dank dieser tollen Direktverbindung, die wir jetzt auch nach Berlin neu dazu bekommen haben. Ich könnte jetzt eigentlich den ganzen Flug über Ontario sprechen, aber ich habe nicht so viel Zeit. Deswegen wollte ich Ihnen eigentlich einfach ein paar Highlights mitteilen, die mir auch persönlich am Herzen liegen. Das ist einmal unsere wunderschöne Metropole Toronto, das Gateway auch für viele deutsche Besucher, die nach Kanada fliegen. Eine sehr multikulturelle Metropole. Wir haben über 100 Nationen in der Stadt, die sehr friedlich auch zusammenleben. Und die haben natürlich auch die verschiedenen Stadtviertel nachhaltig geprägt mit dem Essen, ihrer Kultur. Also wenn man da mal in der Stadt durch die verschiedenen Stadtviertel schlendert, ja, man kann sich eigentlich in einem Tag durch die ganze Welt schlemmen. Weiteres Highlight in Toronto ist der CN Tower. Das ist der große Turm, den man auch an der Skyline, der einem bekannt ist. Und von dort hat man einen tollen Ausblick auf die ganze Stadt, und man kann an klaren Tagen bis an die Niagara-Fälle schauen. Und ja, in der Region ist der Wein auch ganz besonders hervorzuheben. Hervorragende Weine werden da hergestellt. Wir haben über 100 Weingüter, und wir sind auch der größte Exporteur an Eiswein. Genau, sehr süß, aber sehr lecker. Wir haben natürlich auch ein ganz reiches Erbe der First Nations in Ontario, besonders auf Manitoulin Island. Das ist eine Insel in der Georgian Lake, die also ganz im Rand der First Nations ist. Und da kann man also ganz authentische Erlebnisse vom Trommelworkshop bis zum geführten Kanutour erleben. Also das ist auf jeden Fall sehr spannend für Menschen, die sich für die Kultur interessieren. Ja, dann vielleicht noch die Hauptstadt Ottawa, ist vielleicht etwas unbekannter, aber nicht weniger schön. Kleiner, beschaulicher als Toronto, aber auch gerade die Nähe zum Wasser macht sie sehr besonders. Wir haben den Rideau-Kanal, gehört zum UNESCO-Weltkulturerbe. Das verbindet Ottawa mit Kingston. Und ja, also da kann man sehr, sehr viele Museen besuchen, und natürlich auch Parlement Hill, unser Parlamentsgebäude sehen. Also es war jetzt nur so ein kurzer Abriss, vielleicht noch ganz kurz ein Wort zu der Natur. Ganz viele Provinzparks, 7 Nationalparks, also Natur, das in Hülle und Fülle, die auch sehr gut, eine sehr gute Infrastruktur, sei es Campingplätze oder kleine Bed and Breakfasts am See. Also da kann man natürlich auch als Outdoor-Fan sehr, sehr viel erleben. Ja, ganz kurzer Abriss über Toronto. Wenn Sie noch Fragen haben, kommen Sie gerne auf mich zu. Oder wenn Sie mal eine Reise nach Ontario planen, helfe ich natürlich auch gerne bei der Umsetzung. Vielen Dank und guten Flug.
Okay, Maria, I just forgot maybe one important thing if Frederic and Steve can come over. I didn't tell you that Air Transat has got the specificity. We've got 45 aircraft and 100% are full Airbus proud to be Airbus 100%. And if you've got some technical question about the aircraft, about the opportunity, we've got the captain and second in command with us. If not,
You said that the cheapest price is 423 for economy. For how much is the business?
business, club class, it's not a real business, to be honest.
Yes,
it's not like that. It's Eco Plus Premium, club class, we call it. And it's something like, I would say, double the price, 400 euro more around.
This other was, I have the number exactly, 423.
423, yeah, in October.
And why do you choose only Airbus?
It's more for a fleet commonality. For now, for the Airbus 330 and 321, they have the exact, pretty much same cockpit, the exact, pretty much same operation, a few details close. So for the training of pilots, and the goal eventually is for all pilots to fly both types at the same time. So for that, we need the same cockpit with the same kind of operation. So we're keeping Airbus all around as well. For the mechanics, it's much easier. For the parts, it's much easier. So everything we keep within the Airbus family is much easier all the way.
Do you operate Berlin with two in a cockpit or with an additional first officer?
Two. Just two, yeah.
Okay.
Are you just flying to Berlin in Germany, or are you flying to
Berlin in Germany, the only route to Berlin. Yeah.
Okay. And it's also being said that maybe less people are flying to the United States. Do you think you can benefit from that? Or are you already noticing that?
Interesting question, and two answers to tell you the truth. From Canada to Europe, yes, we see that Canadians will go far much less to US this summer and more to Europe. So from Canada to Europe, yes, we see an impact of the decrease. From Europe to Canada, it's less obvious. We see a slight increase, but not that much. Air France, for instance, has reduced its pricing from France to USA to offset the lower demand, and there is a decrease. The touristic market to US on the French market would decrease about 15%. Here in Europe, it's about the same, so there is a decrease of the touristic demand. But on the FIT, it's not so obvious. It's not increasing. Travel to US from Europe would not increase this year, but we expect a decrease between 8 to 15%.
What made you decide to open up the route to Berlin again to offer that flight?
Because when you want to expand and that you have a look to the routes and where there is two major cities that are not connected and that you can operate with no competition, that's a brilliant opportunity. And thanks to the affordable operating cost of this aircraft especially.
Well, already have very strong jet stream, or let's say some thunderstorms on the way. Is the reach of the aircraft, the maximum flight time or anything? Did you have still enough fuel for additional flight hour or more?
On the way back, it's going to be just shy of 9 hours, I believe. But this aircraft's capable of flying back with full passengers. Yeah.
So the maximum distance of this type is enough to make some if you have thunderstorms and the destiny airport make some roads more and so on.
Yeah, with proper planning and everything. Whether it's thunderstorms, bad weather, or strong winds, we'll be able to travel back and forth.
I think that you already fly the older types.
Yeah.
What's the main advantage of this new A321 XLR?
Fuel efficiency for the XLR versus the LR.
Yeah, but what's the main advantage for a pilot? If you fly this modern aircraft with such a less fuel consumption in this modern engines and anything else.
It's always nice to fly a brand new aircraft. The systems are new, the plane itself is new, maintenance is good with us, and
What types you were flying before?
I've always flown Airbus actually. So,
No TriStar.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Boeing. All Airbus.
So you love Airbus.
I do love Airbus.
And once again, coming back to your question, I don't know about the pilot, but for the passenger, the noise on board and the pressure in the cabin is make the trip far much more comfortable for the passengers.
So the exchange of air during 1 hour is much more, yeah?
I don't know how to explain to you that technically, but I know that the pressure and the feeling of being dry and tired after a long flight is far much less with this kind of aircraft.
Did you have any like a sound recording? How much quieter this aircraft is being compared to older Airbus?
The actual sound difference?
Yeah.
It's about 35%. 35%.
Wow.
The same category, it's about 35% quiet. This one and other types.
Perfect to fall asleep.
Yeah, especially on these flights. Yes, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
The ribbon and the cut, I didn't get it much.
Welcome. What was the first flight of this aircraft? The first flight?
Of this airplane?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think we can track it all the way back to that. Oh, it was actually delivered from Hamburg to. They picked it up in Hamburg. Here,
Yeah.
in Germany to back to Canada, probably Montreal.
2 years ago?
Ish, somewhere around 2 years. About 2 years.
3 years.
3 years?
I don't know. I asked you.
It's somewhere around 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's one of the most recent one we got, so it's about 2